Hello and happy Friday. I'm Anson, and we're coming to our sixth and final week in our New Year's series, Practice Makes Progress, where we've been looking at the New Testament book of Philippians and each week talking about practices that we can build into our lives, daily drills to develop our faith. And to set up this last session, I want to ask you a question. Who are the most generous people that you know? You think about people in your life, who are the people that exhibit the most generosity just in all areas of life? Another way to ask that same question might be this: who are your favorite people in your life? Because I think those tend to be the same people who exhibit this quality of generosity, which comes from God. God is the author of generosity, tend to be the most joyful people, the most enjoyable people to be around. I've been thinking about the various places and seasons of life that God has brought Dina and me through. And it seems like at every stop, wherever we've been, there have been a few people that he's put into our life that have this gift of generosity. And they were people that made an impact in our lives in unique ways that we remember. And in most of those cases, we've stayed in contact with them over the years. But that generosity showed up in a number of ways. These were the people that invited us. They took initiative to invite us into their circle. They opened their home to us, not just once, but repeatedly welcoming us for dinner and just times of fun together. And they took the initiative in those sorts of things. These are the gift givers. When holidays came around or birthdays came around, they wouldn't just give gifts, but they knew what we loved. They knew what we enjoyed, and they enjoyed giving us gifts that brought us joy. These were also the people that supported us in times of need. When Dina and I were in seminary, I remember our heater went out in the middle of winter in Louisville, Kentucky. And we didn't have any money. We were just scraping by. And some very generous people in our lives, we didn't ask them. They just knew our need. And unprovoked, they took the initiative. They knew what we needed. They bought us a new heater, a new furnace for our home. They knew the needs. They had the opportunity to meet it, and they did. And one thing that I've noticed about generous people, you can't stop their generosity. They find joy in sharing their joy with others. And that's why they're our favorite people to be around. And I don't know if you're like me, but I want to grow in those qualities. I want to be that kind of person that exhibits that kind of joy and blesses others in that way. And so this week, in this final session in the book of Philippians, in our Practice Makes Progress series, we're going to see from Paul's letter to the Philippians ways that we can grow in this practice toward becoming more generous, toward being more generous people in all areas of life. And this is going to be a helpful series for us. And it's connected, little teaser, it's connected to contentment. When we find contentment with what God has given us, then we can grow in generosity toward what we share with others. And as we get into this study, I don't want to say too much. We'll come to listen to the sermon on Sunday. But the Philippians didn't have much. Like they were poor objectively, and yet they exuded generosity. So we can learn, we can put some things into practice that they put into practice and the Apostle Paul put into practice to help us grow toward becoming generous people. So this is a very helpful series. It's the kind of person I want to become. I hope it's the kind of person that you want to become. And I'm looking forward to this final week together. So hope you'll join us in person, especially this week. We've got a little gift for you. Everybody who attends our services, we've put all 6 practices onto a bookmark that our team has designed just to use as a helpful tool, to stick it in a book, stick it in your Bible, put it in some place that you will use. And it's a reminder of all 6 drills to help us develop our faith throughout this year. And I hope that'll be useful for you. So come grab that this Sunday as part of our services. And until then, have a great weekend, and I hope to see you soon.